Hey guys. Um so well, okay. No, number one, I kind of forgot to show what I was doing with a little small canvas that I showed, so that's my bad. But I am here to, well, give you guys something. um so So yeah, I said a long time ago in a monologue, not a monologue, a recording, a TikTok that I was going to talk about all the different um Shadowverses I made. That is pretty much what that is. And we're just gonna start off with something I made canon. By the way, this is a entire Shadow. By the way, if I let me describe a Shadowverse again. So a Shadowverse is, well, in my universe, it's a giant piece of island, giant, and it's something that doesn't exist, does exist, something that's not supposed to be there and not be there. But yeah, I talk about this a lot in a different monologue. So yeah, one of them is actually how can I say this? Okay, so this one has dinosaurs, but it's not like any other place you would just think about, like Marvel or any multiverse stuff. No, this is a place that has super dinosaurs with superpowers. Now, a lot of you guys may think, and you guys will probably be thinking, the Dino Avengers, or something like that. No, 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 nothing like that. They're just dinosaurs that have powers. That's it. There's no intelligence. There's no them becoming superheroes or supervillains. No, they're just pretty much what dinosaurs did back then. They're doing it just with powers. That's what it is. And this is actually the first Shadowverse that I've actually made a multi version of myself into one. So this is going to be a little bit of a story of how I got there. Well, how that version of me got there. Okay, so but I have to think about it real quick. But pretty much, we're not gonna get to him because me getting to all the multiverse version myself will be going way off topic. So there's that one. There's one where it's fire and light. Pretty much, it's made of fire and light beings, and they're completely sentient. They're completely alive. They're just kind of complacent. Well, except for one who I turned into a superhero. But yeah. Then I made another one on a people who is a giant race of people who push around a giant piece of like metal. And the thing is, like, they are constantly pushing it, but they can also like fuse into it and become like this giant rock based. There's also one where there's giant peaceful rock creatures that have water coming out of them. And for any people who are thinking dirty thoughts, not like that. Stop it. Stop it. Behave. But okay, another one. This one is completely just water. Is a place that has this is water. I don't know what else to tell you. There's one that's completely made out of sand too. This has sand, well, sand creatures. So in other lore from that is this the pretty much of the fact that is the lore is that they either were human and they turned into sand creatures from being there for way too long, or they were always sand creatures. But no one really knows which one is which. Other than there's a sand dragon that went there, because if you guys have listened to any of these TikToks, you guys know that there was 3 different types of dragons who had different ideas. One of the dragons who chose to stay on Earth and chose to stay asleep in slumber. God, jeez, I'm stuttering. another one that was pretty much a bunch of dragons that didn't want to be ruled over a king anymore and wanted to do their own thing, so they went to different Shadowverses. And then the people who went to the world was now called the Dragon Shadowverse. That is now rubble, but pretty much us Dragators figured out how to make it safe for Dragators to come in again, and we are kind of made our home base. So yeah. Let's see. Let me think. I've made so many of them that I kinda am having hard time remembering them now. This is what happens when you make a lot of things. You make a lot of things, and when you have terrible memory, you can't remember those things. Swear to yeah, there's one. I actually did a whole monologue about it. You guys don't know about it because it's not posted on YouTube yet. And so it's called my friend gave it the name The Dark Rooms. But also is called The Dark Box because that's the only way I could have put the name in a shorter name in the monologue thing. So people call it either The Dark Box or The Dark Rooms. It's pretty much a version of the Back Rooms, but way different. And you guys are wondering why, let me tell you why. This place is filled with people who have made something and just did not care for it and decided trying to kill it, erase it from existence. They throw it into this place that's pretty much like a dimensional prison, well, a Shadowverse prison, and because they didn't want to deal with it. So pretty much gods, aliens, anyone who ever created something, if they didn't like it, they just threw it in there. And so yeah, by the way, in that monologue I have like 2 superheroes into that story that also become 3, and then the whole thing that goes on. I've talked a little bit about it, but I talked about a little bit of the side of other stuff. There's the Shadow Shatterverse. Was hard to say too. Shadow Shatterverse. I've already messed up. Pretty much, yeah, it's just like shadows, but it's like kind of like goopy at the same time. So pretty much there's like shadow creatures and stuff like that. Obviously, I've had a lot of time to think about these things. Oh, way too much time. I have way too much time on my hands most times. I'm trying to think, because I know there's more. Oh yeah, there's a whole Shadowverse where people know how to do magic by throwing magical stones and then using them as spellcasters. And also, there's also in that Shadowverse, there's also warp. Well, there were people that can't go back, but pretty much they kind of have these things called guardians that are also kind of like creatures. If you guys are wondering if any of you guys are OGs, you guys know because I kind of based it off of something. I'm not gonna say what because I want people to guess. I know the name, and I remember it very well. But it's a very old episode, very old episode, very old kid episode. It's a good episode as well. So yeah, I'm gonna let you guys figure that out for yourself. But let's continue. Actually, we're gonna have to stop. We're gonna have to stop soon. There's also the Abomination Shadowverse. That's all the artwork you see. All the artwork you see in my art for the art sale, those are called my Abominations, and they have their own additional lore. And I actually have to say it's incredibly fast. So their additional lore is that in the end, they are pretty much, some have energy bodies, some of them have skin, some of them have skeleton bones, some of them, it's pretty much, if they have something different than energy body, they're morally more dangerous, including there's creature abominations, what you guys have not seen, but you guys will see soon. Okay guys, see you guys later. Crimson Thunder out.